Welcome to Fook VR YouTube channel. For those new to my channel is about programming, specifically Android programming. If you find the video interesting, please click like and subscribe to the latest videos, or you can come to my blog to see the latest articles. Welcome back to the Jetpack Compose series. After completing the drawer screen, we continue to the notes screen. As you can see, the notes screen and trash screen have in common that they have the same note compose. As far as the bottom-up approach, the wisest way is to finish this compose first. So in this article, we will implement Compose Note UI for two screens, note screen and trash screen. Now let's get started. Use Android Studio to create a new Kotlin file named Note.kt. Now, add the following code to Note.kt. In this code, you create a composable function to represent your note. You also add a note preview to preview the composable you're building in Android Studio. Build your project now. You still won't see anything in the preview panel because you haven't added any composables that emit your UI. Let's do that next. Since you've developed the note composable, your next action is to include the code that will release the notes material. Include the following code to notes body. You add composables to represent the color widget, title, content, and checkbox. That widget counts greatly on modifiers. Now, if you see modifiers in code, consider them sparingly. They make the UI look nicer. I'll talk about modifiers in a moment. Build your project, and you should see something like this. It's not, nevertheless, what you desire. For your next action, you'll include layout structure to your composable. Beginning by changing the note body with the adhering to code. You arrange the title as well as the material in a column. After that, line up the resulting column straight, together with box and checkbox composables. Build your project again. Modifiers tell a UI element how to lay out, display, or behave within its parent layout. They also decorate or add behavior to UI elements. Take Note Compose as an example before and after using the modifier. People can easily see the difference between them. The initial point you'll boost in your note is the note color. In the components package, create a new file called note_color.kt. After that, include the compliance with the code to it. Consider the code currently. You can see that you produced a box and passed a modifier. In this instance, you utilize two modifier functions, modifier size and modifier background. Modifier size proclaims the size of the content. You pass the value in density-independent pixels and establish the component width and height to the same value. Modifier background draws a shape with an intense color behind the In this situation, you passed color red. As you can see, you can quickly chain numerous modifiers together to integrate them. In this instance, you began the modifier chain with modifier, which stands for blank modifier things. Finally, you utilize Note Color Preview to preview your composable. Build your project and review the preview, and you'll notice something like this. Congratulations, you developed an extremely easy composable that is 42 dp in size and has a red background. Allow see if we can make it also better. Currently, you have the fundamental note color. However, you still need to include many modifiers to match the style. The next point you'll make is to make your composable's content round. In the previous instance, you saw how to chain numerous modifiers. Here, you'll apply the same principle and change the code so it consists of one extra modifier. Now, build your project and check the preview. You'll see something like this. Wonderful! You only made a composable that casts a colored circle of your specified size. You need to include a few more points before concluding this composable. Something that needs to be included in the border. To have that, upgrade the code in Note Color thus. Below, you included modifier border, which offers you a border with the look you defined, using the border and shape. For the border, you passed border stroke, which specified the boundaries width and color. For the shape, you utilized the very same shape as you did when clipping the content. In addition, we had padding to make the interface more beautiful. Build the project, and you'll see something like this in the preview panel. Relating to note color, you have all the necessary code to satisfy the style. Nevertheless, a significant enhancement to making the composable reusable is to permit customers to define different arguments. Now, you've hard-coded the worths for the size, background color, padding, and border width, yet your individuals should be able to transform them. To implement this, reveal those values as parameters by changing note color with the adhering to code. Right here, you altered the trademark of note color to approve the color, size, padding, and boundary. After that, change the hard-coded worths with the brand new parameters. It would be best if you adapted Note Color Preview and specified the correct parameters. Replace Note Color Preview with the following code. Build the project to make sure everything works as expected. The next step is to add your new component to the note, magnum opus on finishing note color. You can currently utilize it in your note to match the layout. In Note KT, change the note implementation with the complying with code. You eliminated the box you utilized as a placeholder in the code over, and after that, included your lovely note color. Build the project now, and you'll see something like this in the preview panel. While you're below, look at the modifiers you included in the previous chapter when you were dealing with note. For row, you utilized modifier fill max width. This modifier enables you to define the fraction of the readily available size the composable should use. By default, the fraction is 1/f. So, in this case, you determine that the row should take the maximum available width. For column, you utilized modifier weight. If you're acquainted with the weight home in XML layouts, you recognize what it does. With weight, you size the element's width symmetrical to its weight about various other weighted sibling elements. Check the meaning of this modifier. It's specified in row scope, which indicates you can utilize it on element straight. In this instance, you used it to make the column take the offered width between note color and checkbox. We add a white background and adjust it a bit to make it better. Build the project and preview it. Take a look at the note layout once more, and you'll see that the title and the content have specific text designs. The content text is smaller sized as well as has various colors. You will not use modifiers in this situation, yet it's as great a location as any type to conclude the UI of your note. In Note KT, edit the code for column, so it looks like this. You use the style in your text to apply material design to your note. Build and run the app. The note now looks like this. Well done! Your note composable is now as beautiful as it is in the design. We put note composable in main activity to see the result. See you in the next lesson. Thank you for watching the video. If you find it interesting, please press the like button, and subscribe to the channel, or you can invite me for a cup of coffee by buying me a coffee.